Welcome to Raveum, your gateway to global real estate investing. In today's explainer, we're breaking down the academic theory of home bias and structural global market barriers so you can make smarter, data-driven investment decisions. Is your portfolio trapped by geography? Let's get started. Section 1, the home bias problem, the cost of familiarity. Okay, so to figure out how to unlock global capital, we first have to understand the invisible forces keeping our money trapped right in our own backyards. We call this home bias. It's this heavily documented economic phenomenon where we as investors overwhelmingly prefer local domestic investments over global diversification. And when I say heavily documented, I mean we're talking about decades of academic research here. Like Karen Lewis's 1999 research highlights how investors hold a substantially larger chunk of their wealth in domestic assets than standard theory says they should. But what's even more fascinating is the research by Koval and Moskowitz. They showed this bias actually exists even within domestic portfolios. It turns out U.S. investment managers show a surprisingly strong preference for locally headquartered firms. It's almost like we're hardwired to invest only in what we can physically drive past, completely ignoring the actual math. And this reveals a massive gap between the textbook and reality. I mean, any Finance 101 textbook is going to tell you to maximize global diversification to optimize your risk-to-reward ratio, right? That's just standard portfolio theory. But actual investor behavior tells a completely different story. Time and time again, the data shows an irrational local asset preference. We're literally leaving money on the table simply because we prefer that illusion of safety that comes with geographic proximity. Which brings us to Section 2, the cost of incomplete information, understanding the shadow cost. So we know this bias exists, but to understand exactly why it happens, we have to look at the Nobel-caliber economic theory of Robert C. Merton. The absolute crucial point here is captured perfectly in his landmark 1987 paper on capital market equilibrium. He wrote, "An investor uses a security in constructing his optimal portfolio only if the investor knows about it." Now, I know that sounds almost too simple, right? But the implications are profound. Think about it. It doesn't matter if a commercial development in Europe or Asia offers a fundamentally superior return profile to one just down the street from you. If you don't have complete information about it, it functionally doesn't exist for your portfolio. Merton actually quantified this gap in knowledge, and he called it the shadow cost. You can think of it as a hidden financial penalty for ignoring global opportunities due to a lack of information. Because gathering reliable data on foreign markets has historically been, well, incredibly expensive and really difficult to parse, investors just retreat to what they know. And the result? Your portfolio pays a very real mathematical tax. You end up taking on way more concentrated risk for less potential return, simply because information doesn't flow perfectly across borders. It's essentially like paying a premium just for the comfort of familiarity. Moving on to Section 3. 5 barriers to access, why global markets stay closed. Now, of course, it's not all just about academic theory. It's about what you can actually execute in the market. When we look at the real world, the Raveum source material identifies 5 distinct walls that are keeping your capital trapped. Number 1, high capital thresholds. The best global deals have historically required massive institutional buy-ins. Number 2, regulatory complexity. Trying to navigate cross-border compliance is honestly an absolute nightmare for the individual investor. Number 3, closed deal flow networks. This is where the best opportunities are shared privately among institutional insiders long before the public ever hears a whisper. Number 4, operational burden. We're talking tax reporting, currency exchange, and cross-border legal structuring. And finally, number 5, opacity. A severe lack of transparent data makes proper due diligence nearly impossible to do from afar. But here is the massive paradigm shift we really need to internalize. These aren't unsolvable problems. They are design failures. The barriers we just ran through weren't handed down by the laws of physics. They are simply the product of an outdated financial infrastructure, an infrastructure that was built exclusively for large institutions and, frankly, never redesigned for the individual investor. Let's dive into Section 4, building the trust layer, institutional-grade infrastructure. So if a lack of information and these structural barriers are the problem, well, a definitive institutional-grade trust layer is the solution. Raveum's architecture is built to actively dismantle the risks of global investing across 4 distinct dimensions. First up, regulatory compliance. It operates with a compliance-first design, acting as the absolute bedrock of investor trust. Second is due diligence transparency. By making the vetting process totally visible, you know exactly what standards are applied, which effectively eliminates Merton's shadow cost that we talked about earlier. Third, operator accountability. This means holding deal sponsors to ongoing disclosure, not just when they're asking for your initial capital. And fourth, data security, protecting your financial data with enterprise-grade protocols. Because trust isn't just freely given in global investing, right? It's earned through these rigorous steps. Ultimately, this boils down to the core strategic takeaway from our sources today. You no longer have to choose between institutional quality and individual access. The old way was defined by exclusion and geography-bound limits, actively forcing you into that home bias. But the Raveum way is defined by structured, borderless access. By building the institutional-grade infrastructure first, the platform is fundamentally rewiring the relationship between individual investors and global capital markets. It's a real game changer. Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, Investing Without Borders, the Future of Real Estate. So, where is all of this heading? We're looking at a future defined by democratized access and truly borderless capital flows. The crucial point of this entire explainer is summed up perfectly in this core philosophy. The world's best investment opportunities are not geography-bound. Neither should your portfolio be. The reality is, the most lucrative real estate deals in the coming years simply don't care about the borders drawn on a map. And, armed with the right infrastructure, neither will you. The sources are crystal clear on this. The window of opportunity is wide open right now for those ready to build globally diversified portfolios that were previously completely impossible to construct without massive institutional resources. So, are you ready to invest without borders? To break free from local restrictions once and for all? The next step is simple. Just download the Raveum app today. It's available right now on both iOS and Android. Which leaves us with this final, somewhat provocative thought. Now that the design failures of the past are actively being solved, and the shadow costs of incomplete information are finally being eliminated, which global investments will you pursue? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll see you next time.